1980 and moved to this house then, I looked for somewhere to run because I enjoy a morning run 2 or 3 times a week. And I've trod this same path from Totnes Road onto Sandy Lane and then round the park for 33 years now. And so I've only been bitten once by a dog in the mid-80s, and a very apologetic owner, but I had to go to the hospital for a anti-tetanus jab, I think it was. Yeah. Well, last summer and for a number of summers I've seen a greater spotted woodpecker there, which has been excellent. And we do get in the winter some redwings and fieldfare often come in to Chorlton Park. Otherwise, I suppose it's more common birds, long-tailed tits, great tits, a lot of house sparrows, Dunlop, robin, blackbird, and so on. And also some very fine mistle thrushes. So they're rather handsome, and a pair of mistle thrushes occasionally you see over on the football field close to the exposed to all the grass cut. Chorlton Brook goes through, and I'd never seen a kingfisher there. I've seen one further down on Chorlton Meadows. Okay. Kingfishers down there, but I've not seen one on Chorlton Brook. I'm not, and mallards are there usually, but not anything particularly unusual, I suppose, in terms of.
Having been in Chorlton for 33 years, and I know you walk a lot of the different areas. So other than the or as well as the park, is there? What would be your favourite? Do you have a favourite place in all of the open spaces in Chorlton?
Probably the walk from the car park quite near to Brookburn School, just along the Chorlton Brook to the Mersey. So, there are a few variations. You can start there. And the woods are lovely, and they change through the seasons. The brook can become very full and flooded occasionally, and you sometimes, as I say, see the kingfisher there. The bird life's good and varied, and I started walking that especially in 1998 when I got this chronic fatigue syndrome, and I just loved the smell of the air really, and just to do some quiet, mindful walking was very uplifting and relaxing, so it was very good for me as well. So.
My story down here is I basically come down every day to walk the dogs, but I'm also a triathlete for Great Britain, so I run round with my dog probably twice a week. My name's Rachel Crossley. So yeah, my dog and my boyfriend and I all come running as well, so we love our open spaces. And in June we'll be swimming in Chorlton Water Park as well for the triathlon there, so hopefully I'll win it again this year.
And I'm a country girl at heart, that's why I like this venue that we walk round. And teacher walks round. We go to the lake one day and here the other day just to keep her legs, because how old are you, Joan? Tell them.
80.
No, 90, going into 91.
90.
Oh, wow. A long time.
So I come out as much as I can to get a lot
to
of
enjoy
exercise.
the nature and this beautiful land that we live in, which we are destroying.
Yes.
This is a dandelion. In a field of leaves, a single one, glinting in the sunlight.
As you go out of here now, you turn right at the Brookburn Road School before you go to the school. And follow that cobbled road. Cobbled road. Yeah, my mates used to live on there. Okay. And we used to go to the Scouts. Was it
the Scouts and Cubs? Cubs are down there, yeah.
Yeah, and you see that farmer's field, that big field on the left hand side you're going down. We used to play there in the Scouts, didn't we?
That's right, yeah.
All the games you used to play and get covered in cow poo.
Yeah. Yeah, because there used to be cows in the field on that one.
Cow patches and
We used to go skating in that field down here, didn't we?
Yeah,
remember that one?
that used to flood. Yeah.
Yeah. That, as you say, that flooded this field here.
Like something
Yes,
happened.
there was a gentleman who lost his hawk. So you know the birds that normally just stay and he keeps with him. He lost it in one of those trees up there, and there were some crows trying to chase it. And I still don't know whether that guy got his hawk back, but he was here for hours.
Okay, do you know, was that like recently?
It was probably last year.
Okay,
So probably August, July last year.
Thank you.
It's all right.
Please maybe do it to you on this one.
Yes, go on.
Just along the Mersey, there's a heronry where the herons nest every year, and they're nesting at the moment, and there's quite a few down there, and it's a fantastic thing to go down and have a look at the herons.
I remember coming on a bike ride with my dad and my sister through here, just on this exact path. And I remember that big hill, and my dad bravely went right down it. Hi, I am a local reporter from Brookburn Primary. Please can I ask you about how you use these outdoor spaces?
Okay, that's a good question. Yeah, I love it. I walk down here, I run down here, I cycle down here, so I kind of use it quite a lot, as much as I can when it's not raining.
Thank you.
We played where all the sewerage was.
Yeah.
You'd seen them little walls that go round.
Yeah.
Well, they used to contain all the sewerage.
It's all part of the sewerage works that was down there.
Yeah.
Which is now, a lot of it's
all
fenced off.
It's all fenced off now, yeah.
Some of it's fenced off, and some of it's actually grown over, hasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
And one story I do remember, I was going down there to play football, and I cut across from Sale, where my girlfriend was, back into Chorlton. And this lad come running across from the football pitches, thinking he was taking a short cut, and he ran straight into, jumped over and ran straight into the sewage.
The sewage, yeah.
It was at the bridge, I think, was always there.
The bridge has always been there since we were.
But I've actually worked in the house that restored the ferry. We were walking on the other side of the bank near the sewerage wall, and a model Vulcan come down. It just cut out completely. This model Vulcan come right down and just went fudge. And it was quite big. And he was obviously flying it over the other side of the field. And I just saw this head appear from the other side of the banking, and swearing his head off like, and it must have just missed him, because this Vulcan was quite big. It probably would have killed you if it had been.
Always a
Army camp.
Sports field.
It was an army camp. Yeah, somebody was asking me that yesterday actually, because he didn't realise it was an army camp, and we ended up going in. Remember the dungeons?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, they used to have like below the ground, like dungeons. You don't see all that now.
And the old bomb hole that used to be there from the Second World War weapons bomb. There used to be a big hole there we used to play in quite a bit.
In the bullet range.
The bullet range, yeah. We used to call it the bullet range.
Yeah.
Down in Termos, where the old army huts used to be.
Which is now flats.
Which is now flats, yeah.
Yeah. We used to go on picnics there. Well, we actually didn't. We just raided everybody raided the house for like cans of beans, tomatoes, a loaf of bread, and we'd all be down and have a camp, sit around this campfire, wouldn't we?
Yeah, it was a good time.
My name is Saskia, and we're doing a project in Walking the Park, and I'm from Brookburn Primary School. In front of me and behind these trees with intertwining leaves and spurts of spring, summer, there are allotments behind them with greenhouses and blooming flowers and vegetables and all types of other fruits and vegetables.
In South America, it's not as green as England, and the first thing that I loved about this country was springtime. One day I was on a bus and I looked around, and everything I came in the winter, in October,
So one day I went into town and I was coming back in this beautiful sunny day, and I was on the top of the bus, and I looked round and the trees were just absolutely exploding with leaves and flowers and things. And I have never gone back home because I love England so much.
There's a little frog in the pond.
Well, what we're doing, you'll be doing this summer. We'll come down with our nets.
Yeah.
And we put
Pond dip.
Get stuff in our nets, and there'll be all little bits of creepy crawly things, and we'll put them in a tray, and we'll try and identify what they are. See if we can find out what they are. We'll be doing that soon.
So have you got a story to tell about the pond? Yeah. Well, when we were younger, we used to come down to the pond and we used to go pond fishing, and we used to find all sorts of animals like little snails and different types of things. And the pond's a really nice place because when we look around, there's such a wonderful view. And I remember one time when there used to be swans on the pond, and we weren't allowed to come down here because the swans would like scream at us.
Yeah, because they've got babies that need to protect.
Yeah, but eventually they flew away, and we could go back to the pond. Okay. And that's.
Well, I mean, in the park in Romford Park, there's no hall there now, is there?
No, there's no hall.
That used to be every year, didn't it? The pageant there.
Just Stretford pageant, yeah. The fair used to be there.
That comes under Stretford, all that area. It's Stretford Chorlton, really, isn't it? But I mean, the park in itself, the upkeep of the pond, it was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was really well kept, and when you were younger, it was like, let's take this, Romford Park. And of course, everything's bigger when you're younger, and all the fairs and the pageants, all the Morris dances, they seem to be, it went all day, didn't it? And then into the night.
We used to have a bandstand there. Every Sunday used to have a band playing.
Yeah, so a band in the middle.
Just get packed out there. Everyone went there. It was really, really popular.
So did you say it's sort of on the borders, so did a lot of people from, obviously you
everybody from Chorlton, most of the Chorlton people used to go there anyway, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to draw in quite a lot of crowds. But the pageants themselves were really long, weren't they?
Yeah.
And then rules and regulations come in, like health and safety, and then everything started to dwindle from there, But that, when I was a kid, that was every year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But Longford Park used to have a lovely hall in front of it with a conservatory with plants in, and it was a lovely place to go for a picnic.
About half this room, really quite big. Yeah, and like when the band was only there usually at the weekend on a Sunday or holidays, and when you went in the week, the children used to play round it. You see, my little boy used to do that. He used to run up the steps, and they had a great time, chasing round. So we were very sorry when they took it away,
The Chorlton Rec used to be quite busy at one time because you have a bowling green there and you used to have a lot of competitions.
Would that be what I know as Chorlton Park now?
No, Chorlton Rec. It's called Chorlton Rec.
The one in Beach Road?
Oh, one in Beach Road?
One in Beach Road.
I used to call that Chorlton Rec.
Chorlton Recreation Ground. We used to call it the Rec.
We call it the Rec, so that was the same when we were playing football. Where we played, like, I have a Chorlton Green and they had football in the Rec. There wasn't a lot of grass in it at the time.
No, it wasn't. Not as big as what it is now.
But when we played football, we had to go round the bowling green, didn't we? You had to take a section. The bowling green was fenced off.
That's not there now, is it?
No.
We used to have Morris dances on there. A lot of the families went on there. Remember the sessions they used to have, and they used to march. Well, it was actually the churches when the Boys Brigade and the whatever used to march they used to meet and come down past Chorlton Green, didn't they?
That's right, yeah.
Down Ivy Green Road.
Yeah.
Because I remember a guy, I was pretending to be a big drummer on one of them, and I was right behind this Scotch guy in his drums, and of course he stops and I didn't see him stop, and I was looking and I went straight into him and he missed his bum 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 bit. And of course then he laughed and chased me. He had the light in the middle. Is the light still there?
Light's still there, yeah.
Yeah, well we used to have to play football and go round that. And
One local guy telling me when he was a little kid, they saw something going on here at night. They just lived on the estate over there on Mersey Bank, and they could see some big lights down here. So they came to have a look, and there was some Land Rovers here, and they were actually stocking the lake with fish.
First came here last year, first time I fished the water, ended up with a PB, £27.11. Can't ask for anything more.
The dog that we have now, we got through an advert at the water park. It was on the trees. It said a home for the dog wanted, because the people who have him, they were ill and they couldn't look after him. So we got this dog. We've had him 6 years now, and he loves going around the water park.
My name is Dr. Elaine Ball, and 11 years, 3 months ago, when I was pregnant, ready to give birth, I went into labour in Chorlton Water Park as I was walking around the park, and the snow was thick on the ground. To this day, when I walk around the park, I have strong reminiscence of going into labour. It's a very special place for me. But I do recall to this day why I ever did such a silly thing, given that the snow was thick on the ground and I was so heavily pregnant. 2 days later, I gave birth to a beautiful little girl.
The thing I like about Chorlton is that you don't have to go very far to find a park. Chorlton Park or Beach Road Park or the Green or the Mersey. So I like that, even though we're in a city.